So I'm Dusty Hanshaw, I-Force Nutrition sponsored athlete. Just finished up with the 2010 Junior Nationals in Chicago, which was 6 weeks prior to the 2010 NPC USA's in Las Vegas. Currently 20 days out from the USA's, and just finishing that last little bit of prep, dialing things in tight, and getting ready to shoot down to Vegas, pull out some water, and go from there, see what we're left with. During the workout that we have on film today, basically what we're going to be going through is chest, some shoulders, a little abdominal work, change from usual. As I already went over, I train DC almost completely year round. We've had a couple changes we've needed to make due to some injuries I've had. I've been dealing with a little tendonitis in my left arm, just a little tweaks here and there with the shoulder. So give or take 3 or 4 weeks out from Junior Nationals, I switched to, I don't want to say a volume approach, but not DC as much. Just kind of listen to my body, still made sure to press, never got away from, you know, what got me to this point, which is heavy weight, but just had to keep an eye and play it safe. So some days I'll go in there and feel real strong and I'll push around some really heavy weight, where other days it's not quite there, and we'll do a little more volume, a little more squeezing. In all honesty, not the kind of training I really enjoy anymore. I've grown to just be someone who enjoys beating the logbook, which is a huge part of DC training. I like having a scoreboard. I like beating myself and having that pressure. So needless to say, when the USA's are over, I'm very, very much looking forward to get back to getting rid of these injuries and getting back to my DC training, getting some good video footage out there of that for people to see, because that's what brought me to the dance. That's the reason I'm here. It's the reason anybody knows my name now, is the muscle that Dante and DC training has put on me. So we're going to continue with that this following off season to make sure that the look that's seen in 2011 is drastically improved from what we brought to the stage in 2010.
Nice fired up. Nice Mike. Come on. Rep the shit out. Come on. Easy weight now.
3 weeks. A brief synopsis of what DC training is for people who don't know is, it is a, best way to describe it is a rest pause style training where you're only training, you know, each body part, you know, maximum 1 or 2 working sets per workout. You're going to be finishing up the entire body in 3 days of training, and if you get up to the 3-way split, which I'm on now, you end up training 4 days a week, which means whatever you hit the first day ends up getting hit again on the 4th day. The reason that works out okay again is because the volume is lower. You know, you're not doing 12, 15, 18 sets for body part. You're warming up. Once you're warm, you are taking your one single set to absolute failure. But that being said, on top of that, the key is progression. What you're doing is constantly trying to beat your old numbers. You're going to rotate through 3 movements, let's say, for chest. My movements during my last blast were incline bench, incline Smith, and the incline hammer strength press. And what happens is each workout you roll through one of the 3 major movements. So say whatever I did on today's movement, let's say it was incline bench, 4 workouts from now I'll be hitting that same muscle group again. I'll go back and look at what I did today, look at the numbers, look at the rep range, and try to beat it, whether that be with a little bit more weight or a rep or 2 more. The idea is constant progression. So if you're getting stronger and you're eating properly, you know, you're growing. It's pretty plain and simple. About August 2009, I decided that the next secret or the next key for me to become more successful would be to hire the best nutritionist I could to dial me in. So at that point I contacted Chris Aceto, got together with Chris, again kind of had to do with some twisting of the arm because most of his clients are pros, and again, same thing. I promised Chris, I'll do everything you say, nothing more, nothing less. You know, I will do what you need. I'm not going to hire a guy of your ability and your background just to turn around and disagree with you or tell you what I think. And so we worked starting in August, went all the way through dieting for the USAs, give or take for, I'd say maybe 10 weeks out from the USAs. I realized that we were well ahead of schedule. I'd never done a national level show, so I contacted Chris and said, hey, what do you think about doing junior nationals as a warm-up? You know, I think I'm going to be ready to go. And coincidentally, he actually told me at that point that he was thinking the same thing, that maybe jumping right into the USAs with no one knowing me might not be a great idea. So we made that choice, which put us about 4 weeks out from juniors when we kind of made that final decision, and we just went for it. Finished off the process, went up to Chicago at the 2010 Junior Nationals, took straight first as a super heavyweight, and ended up second for the overall to a good light heavyweight. You know, some people call it a controversial decision. I think that I gave the judges a choice, so I don't think there was really a lot of controversy. If you don't give the judges a choice, you're going to get what you want. So rather than think of it that way, I looked at what could have been better. And what could have been better with me, I think, would be presentation. I would have liked to see a little better look from the side on my side shots. We had just kind of redone some of my poses, so getting the hang of those. And that's what I've been focusing on between the juniors and the USAs. So I had 6 weeks to make those changes. Leading into the USAs, bottom line, there won't be a choice this time. All of those things that weren't right are going to be right. The only difference being now is the competition is much, much better. You know, I will be better than I've ever been. I'll be harder, I'll be bigger, and we'll see where everything comes together. You know, there's a lot of guys who I respect who are right there at the same level as me, who've been around longer, so I look at it as a battle, me against me. If I bring a better physique and it wins, fantastic. People don't win their first tryout. If I bring a better physique and it takes fifth, that's okay too. I've got enough areas of my physique that need to come up that either way, as soon as the show is over, get a little break, we get to work on those body parts. Whether that means I'm prepping for a show that's an IFBB show late 2011 or an NPC national show where I'm looking to turn pro again, it won't change the work that needs to be done. So that's kind of where we're at with this part of the process. So now it's just a matter of finishing up the next 20 days, dialing things in perfectly. I wouldn't change anything we've done in this prep. Dante and Chris have been absolutely perfect. I don't think that anything could have necessarily been better. I just need to continue to become a better athlete to give them a better tool to work with to fill out and do all those things. So very pleased with the progress so far.